Hi, welcome to today's full body flow. We're going to be focusing a little bit more on power. Feel free to add some hand weights or ankle weights to get a little extra resistance in. Once you have that set, you're going to start lying down on your back. Make sure you have your knees bent, feet flat on the mat. You can start with your hands around your rib cage to get some breathing going, warm up all those deep core muscles. Taking a deep inhale. And exhale. Another deep breath. And exhale, knitting those front ribs together. Keep them knitted and start to breathe into the sides and back of your ribs. And exhale, wrapping that waist in like you're being tied into a corset for these last 3 breaths. Each inhale moving further towards the back of your ribs. Beautiful, last 2. Your exhale helps you wrap that waist in. Last 1. Excellent. Once you're done with that last breath, I want you to make sure you've got your spine in neutral so you have a little bit of space between your low back and the mat. Feel free to grab onto those hand weights if you want to here. You're going to march your right leg into tabletop, left leg comes up to meet it, and then reach both arms straight up towards the ceiling. Taking a nice deep inhale here, feel your shoulders plug in. You're going to reach that right arm back overhead, left leg goes long. Slowly draw both of them back in, and then switch. Left arm, right leg. And switch. Nice and steady here. The slower you go, the more work those muscles will be doing. You want to focus here on control. We're going to do 7 more to each side. Feel your belly button drawing deep into your spine as your arm and leg reach out long. Last 4. Two. Final set. Beautiful. You're going to hold your legs in tabletop, both arms reaching up. Take a nice deep inhale, and now we're going to combine them. Send both arms and both legs long, and then draw them back in. If you know that your hip flexors feel a little sensitive here, you can always have your feet in a Pilates V, so you have your heels together, toes apart, creating this V shape. Press your heels together as you send both legs out long, and as you draw them back in. That's going to get your inner thighs to turn on, helping you connect into your pelvic floor and low abs instead of relying too much on hip flexors. Last 6. 4. 2. After that last one, you can bring your feet down, arms down, carefully come all the way up to sitting. If you're using ankle weights here, feel free to add them onto your ankles, add a little extra kick in for our forearm quadruped work. And then once you've got those ankle weights set, you're going to come on to all fours, but have your forearms down. Your knees will be underneath your hips. You've got this nice long line of your spine. Draw those lower abs up and in towards your spine. And all you're going to do is keep that 90-degree bend of your knee, kick your heel up, and sweep it back down. So we're starting here with the right side. I want you to think that your heel is trying to kick up towards the ceiling and then slightly in towards your head. So you get your hamstring and that thigh muscle to activate. For 8. You're not letting that right hip hike up or sink. It's trying to stay squared off with your left. 4, 5. 3. And on this next one, you're going to hold it. Tiny pulses. Feel like you're squeezing your hamstring and butt together here, pulsing that heel up towards the ceiling for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it. Bring that heel a little further in towards your butt. You're going to externally rotate and then come back into neutral. Externally rotate that leg, feel your knee point out to the side, and then back to center, knee points down to the mat. 4, 5. 4. 3. 2. Hold it on this last one. Pulses up, up, up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 1. Bring it back into neutral. Don't let your leg sink down yet. You're going to reach that leg nice and long. Feel like someone's pulling that heel long away from you. You're going to just tap your toes down and lift that leg up. Lower and lift. Only going as high as you feel that squeeze in your butt. Don't let your pelvis tuck here, overextending in that low back. For 8. 6. Thinking about length. 4. 2. Now for that last one, you're going to bring that knee down. Excellent. Come on to all fours. Nice deep breath. I want you to send your knees back so that you're in your kneeling plank position. Beautiful. You've got your pelvis lightly tucked forward. You're pressing into your hands, lifting your chest away. Hands are underneath your shoulders. And we're going to start with a scapular push-up. So let your chest sink down, shoulder blades shrug together. Don't let your elbows bend. And then press into your hands and lift your chest away. Shrug and lift for 8. 6. 4. 2. After that last one, nice deep breath. Excellent. You're going to reach your right arm forward, then left. Right arm comes back, left arm comes back. Right arm forward, left. Bring it back, bring it back. If that feels good and you want to make it a bit more challenging, think about lifting that arm and bringing it down, and then switching. more to each side. Two. After that last one, you're gonna hold bicep push-up here. Elbows bend out to the side, chest lowers, and then lift. 4, 7, 6, 5, 3, final one. Beautiful. We're gonna bring your forearms back down, knees underneath your hips. Make sure they're about as wide as your hips, starting with that 90-degree bend sweep of your left leg. Heel points up to the ceiling and then comes back down. Make sure you're finding a bit of balance between your left elbow and your right knee. So that you're not leaning too far off to the right side. You're trying to stay as centered as possible. 4, 8. 6. 4. 2. And on this next one, you're going to hold tiny pulses again. Feel that heel reaching up towards the ceiling and slightly forward towards your head. Pulsing up here. Nice and steady, squeezing that hamstring and butt together for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it. You're going to externally rotate and back to neutral. Externally rotate and back for 8. So that you're not leaning on to the right side, leaning into that right hip. 4, 5. 3. Hold on this last one. Pulses. Beautiful for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Coming back to neutral. Straightening that left leg. Again, feel like someone's pulling that leg long away from you. You're going to tap your toes down and lift your leg up. Tap and lift. Don't let your shoulders sink here. Keep pressing into your forearms and elbows to lift your chest away. 4, 7. 5. 3. And after that last one, you can bring your knee in. Nice deep breath. Take those ankle weights off. You're going to place them off to the side, and then we're going to lie back down on our back. I want you to march your right leg into tabletop. Left leg comes up to meet it. Feel free to have your legs in a floppy tabletop again if those hip flexors are acting up already. Spine is nice and neutral. You're going to interlace your hands behind your head. And as you exhale, curling up just the bottom tips of your shoulder blades. And then inhale to rest your head back down. Exhale, curl. Inhale, rest. Elbows are in the corners of your eyes. They're pulling long and forward, creating support for your head and neck through your triceps and your abs. We're going to do 4 more here before we start adding a rotation of your chest. Feel your nose reaching up and over your knees for 3, 2, hold on this last one. You're going to twist over to the left and center, to the right and center. Feeling your armpit reaching up and over to your opposite knee. So we're really getting your obliques to activate here. 4, 7, 5, 3, 'Coming right back to center, nice deep breath. Exhale to curl up, holding it here. You're going to send your right leg out long and draw it back in. Left leg out long, draw it back in. The lower you send your leg, the more work your low abs will be doing to support. Find a spot here that's challenging, but also tolerable for a period of time. If at any point you start to feel your low back pinching, think about lightly tucking that pelvis a bit more, maybe lifting your legs up a little higher. We're going to do 3 more and then start adding those same chest rotations. 2, 'Next time you send your right leg long, twist your chest to the left, center, and then to the right. 4, 7. Making sure that when your chest twists, you're not bringing that tabletop. 4, 2, and last set. Back to center, rest down here for a breath. We got one last variation. Taking a nice deep inhale. Exhale, you're going to come up. Legs in tabletop. Reach both legs up. Hands behind your head. Bend your left knee. Twist your chest to the left. Straighten to the right. Straighten and hold. Again. And hold. 5 more. Last set. Hold, and then bring your knees in towards your chest. Nice deep breath. Whew. Excellent. From here, we're going to carefully come all the way back up. Again, feel free to add those ankle weights on if you want to add a little extra kick for some glute work. We're going to start with some reverse lunges to knee ups. So I want you to stand. Start with your right leg swinging. So left leg is going to be nice and steady. And then press up, right knee comes up. You're going to imitate your arms here so that we're imitating a run. Right arm goes forward as that right knee goes back. And then as you come into your knee up, your left arm sweeps forward. Excellent. going at your own pace here. This ends up being a bit of a balance challenge as well. We're going to do 10 more. 7, 3, 1. You're going to hold that knee up. Beautiful. From here, we're going to go for some runner reaches. So you're going to lean your chest forward, right leg goes back, right arm goes forward, and then back into that knee up. Still moving your arms here. As your chest leans forward, right leg goes back, find a softening bend of that left knee. 4, 6. 4, 3. And on this next one, you're going to hold. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Carefully coming all the way back up. And we're going to switch. Make sure that you're fixed here with that right leg. Now it's your left leg. It's going to be swinging back and forth. Arms again at the ready. Right arm goes forward as that left knee goes back. Left arm. And then switch. Right arm forward with that left knee forward. Excellent here. 10 more. Make sure that you're pressing up with that right heel so it's the back of your right leg and butt working to lift you into that knee up. 4, 6. 4, 2, and on this next one, holding that knee up, we're going to go for those runner reaches. So left leg goes long, chest hinges forward, left arm reaches long. For 8. And 6. 4. 2. And hold on this last one. Again, reaching that left leg long. Tiny pulses here. Keep that right knee softly bent. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and come all the way back up to standing. Really nice. Whew. So for this, we're going to come right back onto quadruped. You're going to have your hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Again, making sure you have your hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. You're going to tuck your toes on the mat here. Again, feel free to keep the ankle weights on or take them off if it doesn't feel good. You're going to exhale, draw your belly button up into your spine and hover your knees off. Nice deep breath, keeping those collarbones wide. And then bring your knees back down. And exhale, knees hover. And inhale, slowly come back down. We're going to do this 4 more times. 3, 2, hold on this last one. Reach out, right leg back, left leg back. Bend that right knee in, left knee in. Bring those marches out into a plank, and then back to 6, 4, 2, 'Hold on this last one. Beautiful. We're going to go back into a bear as you bend your elbows, bring your forearms down onto the mat, and then back out into your plank. 4, 6, 5, 3, 2. After that last one, bring your forearms down, knees down. Find a nice child's pose here. Give your wrist a bit of a break. We're going to be working on that a bit for this next one. Good. From here, I actually want you kind of horizontal on your mat. We're going to start on one end of the mat, still in quadruped. Taking a nice deep inhale, you're going to hover your knees off and hold them in that hover. We're going to do a lateral bear crawl to the opposite side of the mat. So walking and walking, walking out. Beautiful. And then reversing back. Really nice. In 3 more, we're going to start adding a bit of extra work at the ends. Excellent. Once you're at the first end, you're going to reach your legs long into that plank. Tap your left hand with your right hand, then right hand with your left hand. Bend your knees back in. We're going to crawl on over to the opposite side. Right leg goes back, left leg goes back. Bicep push-up and back. So if adding this push-up does not feel good, you don't have to do it. Modification for that, you can always just bring your knees down instead of doing that full plank. Doing the push-up. Same thing for the hand taps. You can have your knees down so you're in a kneeling plank and adding that variation. We're going to do 5 more to each side. And again, in that plank, only go as far down as feels good for you. Last 3. Final 2 to each side. Final set. And once you're done with that last push-up, Take a nice deep breath, roll the shoulders back. Whew, that was good. We're gonna carefully come all the way up to standing. Start at the center of your mat. Feet are gonna be about hip width apart, toes pointing straight forward. We're gonna go for some squats. Take a deep inhale. And as you exhale, sit your butt down and back in space. Then stand back up. So again, as you're squatting, send your butt down and back. Knees are trying to bend over your heel and ankle. So again, we're using the back of your legs for the squat instead of relying too much on quads. Drawing those low abs up and in towards your spine as you squat, so we still are creating support for that low back. Don't flex forward in your spine or overextend. We've got 8, 7, 4, 3. We're going to hold it in 2. Hold it in 1. On this next one, keep it low. Tiny pulses. We're going up an inch and down, up an inch and down. Pressing from those heels, getting this pulse to come from your thigh muscle for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stand all the way up. We're going to go for some curtsy lunges. So you're going to cross your right leg behind your left and back up, then switch. Beautiful here. 8 more to each side. Seven, 5, 3, 1 to each side. Beautiful, coming all the way up. So we're going to combine all of that with a little crab crawl as well. So start on the left end of your mat, coming down into that squat. Again, making sure you've got those low abs drawing up into your spine. Your spine is nice and long. We're going to walk over to the right end. Stand, squat, walk over to the left end. Stand, squat. Beautiful. Excellent. Next time that we come over to the left side, you're going to stand, curtsy lunge, do 2 pulses. Stand, squat, crawl on over to the right side. Stand, curtsy lunge, 2 pulses. Stand, squat, crawl on over to the left. We're going to do this 8 more times to each side. Six more to each side. Beautiful here. Last 3 to each side. Last set. Beautiful, come all the way back up. One last variation. So we're gonna come on over to that left side. We're gonna do curtsy lunges on this left side first. Curtsy lunge, and then knee up. Curtsy lunge, and knee up. You can continue doing this. If this feels good for you, maybe you can bring your hands behind your head, adding a little oblique crunch, and curtsy lunge for 8, 6, 4, 2, last 1. Stand, come on over to the right side. Find your position once more. Hands on your hips to start. Curtsy lunge, knee up. And again, hands behind your head if that feels good. Adding that oblique crunch, and then curtsy lunge for 8, 6, 5, 3, last 1. Stand. Nice deep breath. We got one last exercise. It is a bit of a plank challenge. And then we get to stretch and take a breath. I'm so out of breath. Good. So I want you to come down to all fours. Hands underneath your shoulders. Reach your legs long and back. Have your feet a bit wider than your hips. You're going to pike up, reach your right hand to your left toes. Back out. Left hand to right toes. Back out. You're going to do a bicep push-up with a knee bend in. Bicep push-up with your right knee bend in. And once more for those toe taps. For 5. 3. 2. Last 1. And then child's pose. Nice deep breath. Feel free to take this ankle weights off if you were using them. Beautiful. I want you to come onto all fours. We're going to do a little cat-cow into child's pose. So I want you to find that extension going into your cow as you lean back into your heels. Keep your hands reaching long. Exhale as you tuck your pelvis. Arch your spine and move all the way back onto all fours. Finding your cat, leaning back. your cow, and then finding your cat and coming back up. Last two. And then once you're back to all fours, you're gonna reach your right hand underneath that left arm, sitting back into that child's pose, finding a twist here of your chest. Nice stretch in your deltoid. Lean your weight a little bit to the right side to add a little extra lat stretch. Back to center, switching sides. Again, feeling free to lean a little into the left. And back. Really nice. We're going to go for pigeon pose here. Send your right foot forward. Try to get your shin nice and parallel. You can have your weight on your hands, leaning it just a little bit forward. Maybe you can bring your forearms down, or just rest your entire chest down on the mat, whatever feels best for you. One more breath here. And switch. Excellent. Coming back. Nice little hip flexor stretch. You're going to come to kneeling. Lightly tuck that pelvis forward. You're going to lean your pelvis forward and that hip flexor specifically. Squeeze your left glute to add a little extra stretch in that hip flexor. Beautiful, and then lean back into a hamstring stretch. Coming back up, switching sides. Lightly tucking that pelvis forward, squeezing that right butt this time and leaning forward. Find that length in your hip flexor on the right side. Deep breath and then sitting back into that hamstring stretch. Coming back up. And we are done. So this was our full body power flow. Thank you guys for joining. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have, again, any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to message me or send an email. If you have any requests for classes or flows that you are interested in trying out, also feel free to let me know. And I hope you guys have a nice day.